All right. So, Superman, the Man of Steel. It's your first issue of Superman, but it could be your last. Um, so John Byrne's Superman. There's a couple things to talk about. First off, let me move this light a little bit. Secondly, this cover, it's very reminiscent of the McFarlane Spider-Man one. People might remember. Of course, Byrne did it first 3 years before. This is 89. This is 86. I'm not saying like Todd stole it or anything. I'm just saying it's very reminiscent. And, how, I don't want to say unoriginal, but kind of how unoriginal that Spider-Man cover is. Granted that we've seen covers close to it before. Obviously, again, I'm not trying to say anything bad about anyone. What is this? So this is a number 1 issue. John Byrne's Superman. And he does the story and the pencils. Terry Austin, inker. What is it, though? What really is this? So in Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow by Alan Moore, he's kind of putting to bed the original Superman that was made in, was it the 20s or 30s? By Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. And he's kind of putting him to bed in this story. And I won't spoil the story if you haven't read it. Please, for the love of God, go read Alan Moore's Superman, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. And this is also with George Perez, Kurt Swan. Basically, this era of Superman commits suicide, right? In quotes, with golden kryptonite after Crisis on Infinite Earth. And then John Byrne's asked to come in that same year because this happened in 1986. He's asked to come in 1986 and retool Superman. And he does do some retooling, and you even see it in this first issue. So let's get into it. First off, the art is fucking fantastic. Byrne is on fire here. I mean, like, just this panel alone didn't have to do any of this. It looks great. I like the way he makes the Superman look, the way the cape looks on him. Just the storytelling even is just so on point with what I want out of a Superman story, because Superman's hard to write for if you don't really have a good imagination. But essentially, issue number 1, Heart of Stone, he's breaking in to this place in the ground, this laboratory, and they have information on him. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's trying to figure it out. He wants to keep it a secret, though, about what's going on. I'm not going to ruin the whole issue because I really do think people should read it. But he's putting together like hints of like how people died, like somebody was killed in this vat of acid. He sticks his hand in it. Obviously, it doesn't burn him because he's Superman, but it's just cool that, that's a thing that Superman does. Just to see him do it. Zooms in on this guy's fingerprints. Again, I'm not going to give away the story, but it's just like Superman doing detective work almost, deducing this facility, this lab that he's found, and the technology and all the information they have on him. And he drills around it and puts it out into outer space because he wants to learn more about it before he hands it over to the authorities, basically. And this is Now, this is a question I had to stop and ask myself when I was reading this, because I didn't know the John Byrne, how to put this? He kind of wanted to mess around with the idea of how Superman does certain things. So Superman says, now I can lift the entire complex and carry it up, and away from Mother Earth. The lab seems to have lost almost all its weight now that I am flying, rather than using pure muscle power to lift. I have noticed this effect several times before. Evidently, I fly objects the same way I fly myself, by sheer force of will, not by strength. Okay, we're clear of Earth's atmosphere. So I stopped and I said, what the fuck does that mean? And I thought to myself, is there a scientific equation here that John Byrne figured out that, like, I don't know anything about propulsion and, going into the atmosphere, and Superman saying I fly objects like the same way I fly myself, by sheer force of will, not by strength. Well, it turns out, because I had to ask a group of super fans, that in what he means by that is that John Byrne messed around with this field that's Superman, that's like this field around him. It's like a psychic energy or something, and the energy comes from his will, and that's how he flies. So that's the first big thing he changed in the story. Get the slide over here. And I was so confused because I was like, what does that mean? But apparently there's like this energy, this ball of energy that Superman has that can, like, expand to things that he's touching or around him that help propel them. So I'm guessing also that includes, like, when he would punch something, that it's almost like that energy as well, that's powered by the sun, that's powering him, that's giving that off. It's all that is kind of what makes Superman super strong, and all the stuff that goes along with that. So anyway, I had to stop and question that. Now we got Superman changing into Clark Kent. He's going to go meet this very kind of, I don't want to say promiscuous, more open Lois. She's like open to kind of giving into Clark a little bit romantically. Just pretty interesting right off the bat, first issue. Doing a little flirting. See that something's going on here. Go over here to this guy. Superman punches him. I didn't even feel that blow, but I've got to pretend I did. Roll with it. If I resist the force of his swing, he'll shatter his hand. It also gives me a chance to let the impact hurl me across the bank, where I can land out of sight behind the counter. Classic Superman story. He's got to change into Superman. How does he get rid of Clark? But this is the interesting part, is when, of course, and this guy's having flashbacks, because this is the story of Metallo. Everyone knows who Metallo is. If you don't, basically, a man's consciousness put inside a robot by a doctor dude, and it changes from like the cartoons or the comics, depending on what specific Superman lore you're talking about. It could change, even the animated versions. Excuse me. But basically, Terminator with the heart of kryptonite. So Superman shows up, your classic fight here. I really like the way that he almost kind of already looks robotic in face. The way Byrne drew him here. For some reason, I can already see the skeleton underneath. And he kicks Superman's ass. By the way, there's contest. Superman comes in and tackles him, but he says I don't get it. I've gone up against goons twice the size of this clown and not even blinked, but now it feels as if my powers are draining away. You see, Superman, you see, I said I was more powerful than you. I said I would kill you, and now I'm going to do it. And he says one question, why? And there's these jump backs to Metallo being created. You get serviced the origin story through the background of this fighting and through Superman saying, who are you, Metallo? Who are you? You and his creator saying, you will kill Superman. Get shot. Doesn't die. This is a great panel. Beautiful setup with Lois coming in, him being defeated. I just like the way his cape is drawn down off of him, and then Metallo in the background with the bullets in the glass. Beautiful panel. Kills his creator. This is the guy we saw at the beginning. Bear with me here. This guy. Introduces Kryptonite, says you're going to kill Superman. They go at it again. Lex Luthor. Percy. Pearl. But of course, Lex isn't cool with having somebody else kill Superman that's not him. I have promised Superman that when he dies, it will be by my hand, and Lex Luthor always keeps his promises. Of course. Now this is it. Here we go. Beautiful mindless destruction. The hand coming out with half skin skeleton of his cape. Finally, you get what you came for. And stuff like this is hard for me to figure out when I'm paneling. Like, where should debris fall in the grand scheme of things? And I guess in the end, it's just where you need it to be. Because, nobody's going to, like, sit there and be like, oh, the debris was, like, it's not how it looked to the panel before. I mean, I guess somebody could if it was super noticeable, but... And he gets taken away, huh? And he's gone. He's gone. Superman. Lois runs in. And all this, like Byrne taking his time to draw all those rocks around Superman. Just amazing. Amazing work. Superman deduces, he's like, I think I know who took him. And the story's over. Beautiful first issue. Also, by the way, this is funny. I didn't know there were Karate Kid toys, action figures. I guess I should have known because, like, everything was made into figures back in the 80s. But I was born in the 80s and I grew up in the 90s. So, yeah, I thought that was funny. But this is a fantastic first issue. I talked to a lot of people about Byrne's run because I haven't read the whole thing. I just started it, obviously. And they all said they didn't like it. And one of the things, the reasons being is because they said, like, Superman starts to have this weird, like, contrast to how he used to be, where he thinks, I don't know, I guess it has something to do with Byrne's political beliefs about immigration or some shit. And it comes through in these Superman comics from the 80s. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just here for Superman, But I've heard people say that they don't like this run because it's like some of the things Superman says are politically charged, which is whatever, man. I'm just here for Superman. I'm just here for a good comic. This was a fantastic comic. I'd suggest everyone put this in their collection, just even as a single issue. And if you haven't read Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, you almost kind of need to, because this puts to bed that Superman, and this is the 80s Superman that carries over. They came out in the same year. Same time around, Infinite Crisis on Earths, or Crisis on Infinite Earths. And where I pulled the Venom thing from, this was from the art of Todd McFarlane, which is another great book. If you've never flipped through that, I mean, it just tells Todd's story about how he got into comics and everything, up until McFarlane Toys and Spawn and everything. But yeah, go check this out. These are must-haves in anyone's collection. I think even if you're not a big Superman fan, you'll be surprised by what happens in this one. And this is just a great single issue to, show people and showcase what a good Superman story can look like in the hands of the right creator. So anyways, thanks everyone for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all the things. And I'll be back with the second part of the Comics Journal. I know the video didn't do that well, but I don't care. I started it. I'm going to finish it in the next episode. And and maybe in the future, like, people will go back and watch it. Either way, it's just more comics knowledge out there. Peace, everyone.